Hi everyone, this is James Braithwaite of Braithwaite Physiotherapy, and today we're going to do the third in our recent series on stability. And as you may recall, in our past couple of videos, we've done a video on stability at the shoulder, and we gave some exercises there. And then we did a video on stability at the neck, and we did an exercise there. Today we're going to move on to the midsection, your lumbar spine, which is important because a lot of people complain about pain and dysfunction at their lumbar spine. So let's talk about stability there. And the first thing that I want to get into is just active neutral spine positioning. And what I mean by that is, what position are you holding yourself in when you're just standing, right? So when I was younger, before I was a physiotherapist, I had a really bad habit of doing what I call the gossip pose, which is this one right here. You know, you're talking to your neighbor and you're gossiping, and you get this sort of thing going on. I probably didn't tea kettle it as much as I look like right now, but this type of thing with the one leg straight and the one leg bent was my sort of flawed posture position that took me out of spine neutral. So you'll notice now that I'm in an extended and side flexed spinal position, which is no good. We don't want that, right? And that's actually a really common one to do. Another common one that we see is people that just generally have like a hyperextended or even a hyperflex, like a flat back position. People who sit in desks all day long often have this type of flat back position with an overly tucked under pelvis. So your pelvis positioning impacts your spinal position, and if you're not in spine neutral because of pelvis positioning, that's something to be thinking about. So what I want you to do right now is go to a mirror and take a look at what position you're holding yourself in. Take a look at the side-to-side plane. Are you in a side flex, rotated, extended position with this sort of the gossip pose of the Latin movement, as we like to call it? Good when you're dancing, bad when you're standing. So take a look. Are you in one of these types of positions? If so, bring it into a nice neutral position in that side-to-side plane. If you're on the anterior posterior plane, that sagittal plane, if you're noticing that you're hyperextended or even hyperflexed, that's something that you can work on adjusting too. So what I recommend is go to one extreme, then the other, and then find your neutral and hold yourself there, right? This active neutral spine positioning is maybe one of the most important things that you can do to really shore up stability at your lumbar spine. It makes it a lot safer to do all kinds of different things without having to worry about getting any sort of niggling little injuries as you walk around lifting up coffee cups and that type of thing, which totally happens. So take a look at that. Secondly, let's go for an exercise. Now there's a bunch of different approaches to spinal stability exercise, many of which are very well researched and all of which usually have a place somewhere. Everyone's situation is a little bit different, but in general I recommend working on exercises that ask you to maintain that spine neutral position that we just talked about while you're working against forces, right? So Pilates is a great example. In Pilates, you're asked to assume spine neutral positions while you do all kinds of perturbations at your arms or at your legs, right? So those are great exercise modalities for working on stability of your spine. Other people will advocate for lots of planking type exercises, and all of these approaches are usually well researched and they have places. I'm going to show you a very simple exercise right now that I gave to one of my patients earlier today, and so I'm inspired by it. So let's do that. Come on over and let's take a look at this one. You're going to grab yourself a thing, like a soft thing. It could be like a towel roll. I suppose it could even be a foam roller if you're at the gym. If you've got nothing, you can just sort of, well, we'll talk about how you might do it with nothing. If you've got a little towel, grab your towel. You're going to roll down onto a surface, and you're going to tuck that towel underneath your arm, like so, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to squeeze that towel into your side, as if you're playing an accordion, right? Like that, the old squeeze box. So you're squeezing that into your side, and then you're going to squeeze the opposite glute. So I'm squeezing right now I'm squeezing my right lat by squeezing this pillow, and then I'm going to tighten up my right glute. And in doing so, I'm creating a little muscular belt, a diagonal muscular belt that's going to help to shore up my lumbar spine. Being inspired by Pilates, I'm just going to draw in my abdomen just a hair, like they like to talk about in Pilates, draw in that transversus abdominis. And then I'm going to work on sliding my heel up and down 1 inch off the table while keeping my spine in neutral position. I'm going to do that 20 times. Squeeze, squeeze, Draw in the abdomen. That's that point just below your navel, that part of the abdomen right there. And 20 heel slides, just like that. And then when I'm done 20, I'm just going to switch over, switch sides, squeeze my right glute now, and then do 20 heel slides on my left, keeping my spine in neutral position with that nice little draw in of my abdomen. 1, 2, skip a few, 20. And you're going to do 3 sets of that each side. Try that today, and then do that in concert with checking out if you're in spine neutral position. Hold spine neutral position. Try that. Have a look at that today. Have fun with it. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to send me an email. My telephone number is on the website. I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you have. Thanks so much. Hope you're having a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.